welcome. My name is Anne and I recently just moved to New Zealand. And this is my online office. So I do online studies, but that is not what we will talk about today. We will talk about how much it cost me to move to New Zealand. So I have my computer here and my reading glasses so I can look very clever. So let's get into the numbers. I have broken my cost into categories and we will go through each category, and in the end I will share how much it ended up costing me. My first big cost was the visa, and this is the price for the visa, but luckily my partner wanted to share the cost with me, so I only paid half the price, and this was the biggest expense I did under my visa. Under my visa I also added on proof of resident, chest x-ray, and the whole travel to Copenhagen to get my chest x-ray. So because my partner and I was living together but my partner wasn't on the lease contract, we needed to get a legal document about our residency or where we lived, and we had to pay for that. And of course, you know, I needed to get a chest x-ray, which was also kind of expensive, so I went all the way to Copenhagen to get that. So my first category ended up being 1,020.41 NZ dollars, and this is how much it cost me in Danish crowns, and this is how much it cost me in euros. The next category, travel. I think this is the one you're most excited about. What did I get the flight tickets for? We ended up getting a pretty good deal on the flight tickets. They were very cheap, but we also only had a one-way ticket. Normally from Denmark you will buy a return ticket. The tickets I paid for was just under 5,000 Danish crowns, which is nothing when you travel all the way to New Zealand from Denmark. But because our flight tickets was so cheap, we had to fly out from Amsterdam and have a 17-hour layover in Guangzhou. So we planned on going to Amsterdam the day before we flew, see Amsterdam, stay the night in a hotel, fly to Guangzhou, spend 17 hours in Guangzhou, and then to New Zealand. But we didn't explore Guangzhou, we ended up staying in a hotel, so this part of the budget actually ended up being a lot more than I expected. And I think you could do this cheaper than what we did. We booked a hotel in Guangzhou. I think we ended up on a very nice hotel. The travel expenses in total in New Zealand dollars is 1,626.76 NZ, and here it is in Danish crowns and in euros. And the next category is moving. As you know, I shipped a box down here, and the other stuff that I pay for in this category is my protection bag to my suitcase and some boxes to the loft in Denmark. The shipping ended up being the biggest expense here. It took them, I think, just over 14 days to get here, which was not bad at all, but they did promise me a week. But I wasn't missing it, and I got this lamp with me. Shipping cost me 773.37 New Zealand dollars, and in total the moving category cost me 916.22 New Zealand dollars, and this is in Danish crowns and this is in euro. So pretty good. My last category is cost in New Zealand. So this is where my journey might vary from your journey. We are pretty privileged and very lucky that we can stay with his parents, which means we don't have the biggest expenses here in New Zealand. Because we could just move straight in with his parents, we didn't need to book an Airbnb for a month to find our footing, to look for a house. We could rent or potentially buy, but because we could just move right in with them, this cost is very low compared to what your journey might be. And that is because we have family here, and when you move to another country you might not have family there, so this cost will usually be higher. But in my case it ended up being 17.50 New Zealand dollars, and that's because I share the cost with Jacob. We have bought some stuff for a room. We are still buying more stuff for a room to make us feel more at home. So this cost will go up, but for now it's 17.50, which is nothing. And here we have them in the Danish and the European prices as well. What did it end up being? Well, we need to add one important cost here, and that is my travel insurance. I have bought a good travel insurance to make sure that I covered while I'm here, because when I moved out of Denmark and officially moved to another country, I had to quit all my insurance in Denmark and they couldn't protect me down here. And because I wasn't in New Zealand yet and the whole insurance thing and so on, I decided to buy travel insurance for the first full year I'm here. So we had time to figure out how I need to be insured while I'm down here and so on. So the final cost of everything ended up being in New Zealand dollars 6,720.88 NZD, and here we have it in Danish crowns and in euros. When I look on the Danish crowns, I can see that it's just about the same price as what I paid last time I was down here. Last time I paid for a return ticket and travel insurance and some other bits and pieces, and of course a visa. If you are moving countries, this is at least the budget, the minimum budget you need to make for yourself. Last time I was an au pair, so again I had a place to stay as soon as I got here. I didn't have to pay for accommodation when I got here as an au pair, and the same thing this time around. So if you end up doing it, that cost might be more for you. But I'm happy to share my cost because it gives you a little bit of a better idea what it might include. Moving countries, it is a big deal and it is a lot of money. But I have done it and so can you. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next video where I will do a Q&A. So please leave your questions in the comment and you might be featured. Hi!